So, on the road to 100 and on the road to beat my sister again in subscribers and views, we have the magical mystery of what the hell is this? Matchday 16 in the Bundesliga. So, let's just quickly go through the score lines that make sense. So that about wraps up for that segment. Let's talk about our first match between Leipzig and Bayern. Bayern, the first place team, and Leipzig, the fifth place team. Bayern scored first in the 37th, and Leipzig, and then in the 52nd. And looking at the stats, yeah, it was a pretty heavily Bayern-favored game. But they didn't know how to shoot because Leipzig had more shots and shots on target and corners. But everything else, Bayern definitely had the good, I guess, stuff. The goodness. I don't know what to say. The goodie. They had the goodie in it. And they were better. And then Frankfurt and Schalke. We had 21st minute, 84th minute, and 91st minute goals from Eintracht Frankfurt. And looking at the stats, yeah, the scoreline makes no sense. Schalke dominated this match. Like, this was a flat-out domination on Schalke. Schalke do not deserve to be last right now. Again, Frankfurt in second now. Schalke in 18th. I don't know how. This was a very heavily favored match towards Schalke. If Schalke get relegated, I'm actually going to cry. Bochum and Hertha Berlin, 3-1 to Bochum. 22nd, 56th, and 44th minute goals from the now 14th place team Bochum against the now 17th place team Hertha Berlin in the 87th. Looking at the stats, it's kind of 50-50, honestly. This was a very even match, and then you look at the corners, and then you see Hertha dominated in corners. But other than that, shots were 10-11, on target 3-2 for opposing teams. 51% possession to 49, 366 passes to 350. Like, each stat it's not quite the same. That's for pass accuracy and fouls and yellow cards and red cards. But when it's like not the same, it's like a different team every time. So very evenly balanced. But it somehow was 3-1. Union Berlin and Hoffenheim, 73rd, 89th, and 96th minute goals from Union Berlin, and the 43rd for Hoffenheim. And looking at the stats, I haven't seen a more Union Berlin dominated match in my entire life, if you don't include pass accuracy. Like, that was straight out domination from the third place team against the 13th. Hoffenheim have lost all 4 of their most recent matches. If they've won, they'd be in second had they won all those. Holy. Hoffenheim. Gotta win those games, man. Stuttgart and Mainz. 36 and 40 minutes goals. One of them was a penalty. That would be for Mainz. Did I say Frankfurt or did I say Mainz? I meant Mainz. And Mainz... Yeah, you were crushed by Stuttgart. I have no clue how they're 16th in the league. How? Okay, so let's finish off yesterday's matches with some totally normal results. We have what was then the 7th place team in the league. It still actually is. Against what was then, I guess, the 2nd place team, Wolfsburg and Freiburg. This was a dominated match from Wolfsburg. First, 23rd, 37th, 56th, 80th, and 94th through a penalty minute goals for Wolfsburg against Freiburg. 12 shots to 9, 10 shots on target to 1. And this was just absolutely dominated by Wolfsburg. Except for corners, which was dominated somehow by Freiburg. But whatever. Köln versus Werder Bremen. 9th, 15th, 21st, 30th, 54th, and 36th-minute goals. 38 for Werder, and a 76-minute own goal for Wolfsburg, for Werder. So it's 7-1 to Köln. And Werder are still ahead of Köln. I might have to delete my video saying that Werder are good. And the stats, everything says it except for possession and corners. Like, actually, this was, and even pass accuracy, I guess. Werder Bremen, you gotta be better than this. What is this? And then today's match is Dortmund versus Augsburg, 4-3. 29th, 42nd, 75th, 78th minute goals for Dortmund. 46th, I guess, for 76-minute goals for Augsburg. And again, a really dominated match for Dortmund. Every single stat they're leading, except for fouls, yellow cards, red cards, and offsides, which are kind of the stats you don't want to be leading in. Also, it's a good time to mention that Wolfsburg have won every single one of their last 5 games. 6, 7, 8. They've won every single one of their 8 last games and haven't lost in 14 games. And their next games are Hertha and Werder. And then they got the DFB Pokal against Union Berlin. That might be predicted soon. I have to predict that soon, actually. So, who knows? Leverkusen and Borussia Mönchengladbach. 21st, 43rd, and 67th minute goals for Leverkusen. And 82nd and 93rd minute goals for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Mönchengladbach absolutely dominated in the stats, except for in fouls and corners. They have less than just fouls and corners. That's it. And Borussia Mönchengladbach are actually pretty close to getting a European spot. Who knows? We'll see. Borussia Mönchengladbach. Who knows? So, we'll do a quick prediction on Matchday 17. Leipzig to beat Schalke 3-1, Bayern to beat Köln 2-0, Hoffenheim to beat Stuttgart 1-0, Wolfsburg will beat Hertha 3-0, Dortmund beats Mainz 2-0, Augsburg Mönchengladbach ends in a 2-1 win for Mönchengladbach, let's say. Leverkusen beating Bochum 3-1, Union Berlin beating Werder Bremen 2-1, and Frankfurt beating Freiburg 1-0. So, yeah, I'm going to predict the DFB Pokal soon, and the Zod 500 on the road to 100.